Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Shots. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion based on some things I see, like support and resistance, supply, demand, and of course, some indicators that may be on the screen. So always do your own due diligence. Make sure you educate yourself and always look to the left because we're looking at things that have already happened to think about what things may do in the future. So this is another episode of Stock Shots. Welcome.
All right, let's get started with the let's get started with the S fund today. Today we're covering the Dow Jones, aka the S fund, first. So why are we doing that? Well, you may notice that it is going up, and that's great. That's lovely. We love it. The thing about that is this: we are showing divergence in the weekly time frame. So if you can't spot the divergence, I'm gonna make it clear for you here. That is on a downtrend. So this is measuring the strength of the market. Yes, we still have room to go up. I'm just being cautious. I actually have not put my money back into the S or C fund. I'm currently in a G fund now. I may change it. I have to see how this week goes. Things have happened. We have, one president saying he's not running, another one saying he is running. Then we have a new hopeful president running. I don't look. I don't know. I gotta see how the market's going to make this news work for itself. If this continues up, it has to break the level right here. Okay, if we break this level up there at the 2164 area, if we can break that, okay, great. I'll look for 2205. I'm not really going to jump in and jump out, jump in and jump out. I'm looking for confirmed moves. On a weekly time frame, I'm still in an uptrend. I have a buy. I'm above everything. And look, I already had a pullback, but I haven't had a pullback enough to cover these daily gaps. So what you're looking at here are daily gap areas. These daily gaps have not been filled, and one of them is resting right here on a resistance, aka this is now support. And let's change that. So this gap is resting on support. It came down, didn't touch it. We have another gap down here further under the 2000 area. So right now we have divergence, we have room to move up, yes, but I am still being cautious with the S fund. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I can afford to wait. I'd rather wait and save money than jump in and lose money because it looks like the market's going up when it actually may be preparing to go down. So it may have one more good push in it, but I would only look for me, up to that 2165 area, maybe the 2205 area. But I play it cautious. If you want to jump all in, feel free, but do your own research. Let's look at the C fund. All right, with the C fund, we had a pullback. Now this pullback so far in the C fund looks like it's behind, it's trailing the S fund. So you have your downward trend, but you don't have that push up like we had in the S fund. So with this one, it's inside of a gap area, but there's also a gap here in the daily time frame. So I look for these gaps to get filled. This is how I generally like to trade or do an option in the same regards as moving my money in and out of the funds. If I see these gaps get filled, that means price is probably going to move continually in the opposite direction. So if price comes down, I want to see it fill these gaps, then take off, because there's probably orders down here waiting to go. Currently still in a buy. Let's see what we got in this one. Yeah, still in the buy. This one actually looks a little bit more promising because it just hit the 9-day moving average and closed above it. It got close to the 14-day but did not touch it. Now if it did, it would actually fill this gap. So as confluence, I would like to see this strength of market come down a little bit lower, only because it would touch right here around this area, and that would signify this gap getting closed. And it doesn't do it. It doesn't have to do it for a long period of time. It can literally just be for maybe a minute, a second. But as long as it registers on the candles that that area is closed, that probably means we're going to continue up, especially if we hit off at the 14-day moving average in a weekly time frame. Now that would signify a 6% pullback, and that for me would satisfy the 12 and 6 rule that I usually like to play. If we have a stronger pullback, then I would see it go into a weekly area of 5,200. And I'm not going to be mad at it because at least I know I have a bigger chance at moving more up than I do now. So currently I like to take my money out so I don't lose anything. I don't care how much it comes down, to be honest with you, because I know eventually it's going to go up. So for the C fund, it has filled the gap. I'm looking for it to actually go up because it's on a gap area, a moving average, and we're on a trend line. So if it continues the move that I'm anticipating, I would look for something like this, where it may come down to about here, then go up. First, we have to get to there. It may go sideways a little bit and then go up. But at the same time, if it comes below its current price, it would have to then fight with 5,449. This level right here. That may give us some difficulties going upwards because that is a weekly. Right now it's going to be support, but if it comes below here, it'll be resistance. So it will have to fight with that to break above it. So at this point, once again, I'm still in the G fund. I'm waiting for these things to play out, and then I'll get my money into the market and work for me. So let's look at the international fund. International fund, I fund. Okay. So right now, I have my money in here up until I think this candle. So during this weekly candle, I took it out and I put it into the G fund. This one is showing it has double tops. So one try, two tries. And it's almost the same exact area. The strength of the market is going down. All right. And if it continues this way, with this, we have a lot of orders getting picked up. If it continues, this may actually come back up for a third try to touch that 82.17 area. We have to see if we're going to get another close that's going to be above this 79.86. If we get a close above the 79.86, I would look for it to continue up. So once again, we're looking for this to close above here, then move the next thing. Once we clear this area here, we need to break above the next level of structure. So we need to get here and then break through and go up. So if we can do that, if we break this level of structure here between these two candles, that 81.60 area, we break 81.60, we may go ahead and hit that 82, and then 85 is next. Currently though, that's a bullish outlook. A bearish outlook would be a continuation of this downtrend we currently are in, and this downtrend is going to be marked just like this. If we continue down, we may be developing a bullish flag pattern. So here to here to here, breaking to the upside. That could be what we're doing, but you're not going to know until the pattern completes. All right. Now you got to have patience. You got to wait. Currently, it's literally in limbo because it's right in the middle here. I really don't want to do any moves while it's in the middle. I love doing moves when the strength of the market is down here. That means eventually it's going to go up. So I can wait and be very patient. Now with that, let's look at the bond fund. So the F fund, if you have money in the F fund, you're still going up. Now I had money here. I took it out on this candle right there. So I was up a couple percentage. It still looks like it's going to go up. It needs to break this $98 range though. Currently, we just broke it, and you can see we just broke it by 1 cent. It literally closed above this level here, this resistance, by 1 cent. So it looks like it's still going to continue up. Down the weekly time frame, it's still in a buy zone. It's looking strong, looks good, and we didn't have any closes below the 97.54 area, which is right here. So continuing forward, we're looking for the next area of $99.21. So if you're into that, the bond fund, you may be looking at a nice little move up coming soon. So that's what I got this week on Stock Shots. Hopefully this helps your portfolio stay green. Take your time, wait for that win, and keep learning. We'll see you next week on Stock Shots.